Everywhere I go in Monterrey, I have to stop and pinch myself.
Wow, so stunning.
It's just a beautiful place.
Today, I'm exploring this enchanting landscape with world-class climbers who are putting Monterrey's outdoor scene on the international map.
They see this as one of the best multi-pitch sport climbing destination in the world.
This looks so scary to me.
But afterwards, we'll need to refuel at their favorite elote stand, the perfect post-climbing snack.
Yo quiero un vaso grande.
In these same majestic mountains, I'm having dinner with 4 top chefs from Monterrey.
Oh, baby.
To share in one of the most time-honored traditions of the north.
Beautiful.
The carne asada.
I make the best Arroz de Boda in the country.
What do you
lady.
think?
He's very competitive, but we love him anyway.
Yeah.
In the kitchen, we'll have our own celebration. I blend the distinctive flavors of Nuevo León ingredients, like oranges, cumin, and roasted tomatoes, with classic Mexican chorizo to make a true norteño wedding rice.
Chorizo fried in bacon, yum.
Alongside a crazy good ginger, honey, and pistachio guacamole.
Doesn't stop.
I am going to give you a secret.
Yes, I love secrets. It's like nothing I've tasted before.
I can't visit Nuevo León without seeing why thousands come here every year for a taste of adventure. In recent years, Monterrey's surrounding peaks have attracted the likes of world-famous climbers, and it's not hard to see why. The limestone cliffs, river-carved canyons, and ancient bluffs offer breathtaking views. Just on the edge of Monterrey, in La Huasteca Ecological Park, is where I'm starting my day, guided by Diego's team, made up of some of the country's best climbers.
Hola.
I'm Shazir.
Shazir, Pati, mucho
Pati.
gusto. Hola.
Mucho gusto.
¿Qué tal? Diego, ¿verdad?
Mucho gusto.
Héctor, ¿qué tal? So nice to meet you. I'm so thrilled you're meeting me here.
Definitely, when pandemic started, people started realizing that it's not only business, industry, fabrics in Monterrey, but there's also so many different adventure activities like road biking, mountain biking, rock climbing, ferrata. I'm gonna show you one of the best spots in La Huasteca. It's called Guitarritas.
Guitarritas, like
So,
little guitars.
Yep.
Yeah.
According to the Huichol people, Guitarritas is the belly button of the universe. Each year, the indigenous group from South Central Mexico treks over 400 kilometers to Guitarritas to dance, smoke peyote, and do rituals to give thanks to Mother Earth.
O sea, un lugar cósmico para ellos, en donde tienen diferentes como maneras de agradecer a la Madre Tierra por todo lo que les ha dado, ¿no?
Can people join the Huicholes?
Es un grupo cerrado totalmente para ellos.
Yeah.
No permiten a gente externa.
They don't want to make it touristy. It's
No.
like special.
This ancient gem is growing in popularity around the world.
A lot of rock climbers, really famous, have been here. They see this as one of the best multi-pitch sport climbing destination in the world.
But for someone who didn't grow up around here,
Oops, it's slippery. You guys are amazing. Wow. Híjole, la luz ahí se ve impresionante.
It's just so crazy, like just to see in a movie, like really famous. This is like 30-minute drive from my house.
Yeah. It looks so exhilarating. I will not do that. But it made me really hungry just watching you do that. So I will go eat elotes with you.
and according to Diego, this is the spot for elote, a popular Mexican treat made with corn slathered in a mayo cream sauce, chili powder, and an array of other toppings.
Nos vamos a lo tradicional, a lo que es de siempre, es mayonesa y chile y queso rallado.
Pero yo quiero...
Como ahorita con todo.
Sí. So that's like nacho cheese.
Yes.
It's like melted queso cheese. cheese. That's like, eso es muy como northern Mexico state.
Aquí te vienen los tipos de chile, pica, no pica.
Ajá.
Chile extra picosa, sal de mantequilla.
Ah, doing the condiments in the bottom and on the top. So there's no way you don't have it everywhere. A mí me gusta con mucho limón. Entonces le voy a echar ajonjolí, porque eso no lo he probado. Rico. Gracias.
¿Te gustó?
Está lo más cremoso, like the creamiest, and it's like the messiest, and es como yellow cheese, white cheese, the cream, los diferentes quesos, la salsita de chile con chiles secos, la fresita está exquisito. Y el ajonjolí.
Sí, sabe mucho, ¿no? Tiene un toque especial.
Speaking of magic, as the sun sets over the Sierra Madre Mountains, the Huasteca transforms into an enchanting setting for Nuevo León's top pastime.
You have to char a little bit.
Today, 4 of Nuevo León's top chefs have invited me to a carne asada at a mountainside quinta.
The best of the world.
And they're each preparing a dish especially for me.
And I get to cook nothing? It's amazing.
But it's not a competition, guys.
I make the best arroz de boda in the country.
What do you
lady.
think? You know?
He's very competitive, but we love him anyway.
Yeah.
Let me remind you, sir, that I was your judge. A certain television competition. Don't put any attention to this man. He's my pupil.
Or maybe it is. But they all share a common goal, bringing the often overlooked norteño cuisine into the spotlight. First is Edna Alanis, a chef, culinary instructor, and TikTok influencer, bringing us her cortadillo de rancho.
A las primeras gentes que vinieron a esta parte del país, pues definitivamente venían con el tema de huyendo, los judíos cristianizados, la Inquisición, todo esto.
Edna's own family is descended from this wave of 16th century Sephardic Jews, and many of her dishes celebrate the Jewish influence on norteño cuisine.
Orégano de Higueras, Nuevo León.
Ah, wow.
It's the best of the world.
How would you
Yes,
describe
of
the taste?
Mountains.
Like
Mountains,
from the mountain.
yes.
Mira. Whoa, that's powerful. Edna,
Okay.
that's gonna taste so good. I love powerful food. I know you wanna eat this
I'm sorry.
too. Yeah.
Todos
Ya
vamos
me
a comer.
está saliendo
A ver.
delicioso. It's perfect.
But it feels like we're being watched.
We're making an episode. He's making an episode.
Don't let him fool you. Chef Adrian Herrera would rather be in front of the camera.
Beautiful. Oh, look at this piece of meat here.
Herrera is a chef, writer, photographer, and judge on MasterChef Latino. And today he has a pork loin marinated in soy sauce with a roasted tomato salsa made with brine chile piquin without the stems.
You have to remove it.
Because
That luck. If you cook with them, your wife will not get pregnant. Or she will get pregnant, but not from you. So,
okay.
so that's why we remove the stems from the chile piquin.
Oh, these look so beautiful. This is like a painting.
Oh, I should get a prize for this picture. Come on.
He brags, but it's worth it.
I always do.
And it is a special rice.
But can Herrera keep up with MasterChef contestant Carlos Leal?
I am going to give you a secret.
Yes, I love secrets.
He's making me a wedding rice with norteño garnishes,
This hoja santa truly has the shape of a heart.
Yes.
featuring the star of many northern carne asadas.
Start with a C and ends with an O.
Cabrito.
Hear that sound.
Oh,
And a little bit of cabrito stock.
Yeah.
You will always have in your carne asada a beer.
okay.
So you need to give a little bit. Guys, come here and take a look. La
Oh, which is the part of the cabrito that people fight for.
Yes, it is the best part.
The meat is just falling apart.
Yeah.
Oof. Ready?
You can take that. Yes, I'm ready. Okay. And that's an arroz de boda. That's it.
O sea, Carlos, this is so delicious.
No, it's a pleasure.
It's so.
But to round out the meal, Every carne asada needs appetizers.
So what I'm doing today is empalme. This is such a comfort food. This is like a staple. This is botana. We have panela cheese, and we're just gonna go like really generous. Vinegar and salt.
And the little...
Piquín. Y este queso lo servimos con las gorditas después. And then that's it.
Through her products and restaurants, Chef Andrea Martinez makes it her mission to popularize Nuevo León's rich flavors throughout all of Mexico.
We have like such strong flavors, very high acidity. Yucatan, Oaxaca, Puebla. They get all this credit for our, Mexican cuisine. This is our time, and we're excited to share what we do.
These chefs inspire me to play with Nuevo León's ingredients in ways I'd never imagined. Let's head to my kitchen to create our own norteño-style wedding rice. I had so much fun with the chefs in Nuevo León. They really inspired me to play and have fun in the kitchen. So I'm giving you my take on Mexican wedding rice and a really surprising combination of ingredients inside of a guacamole. We're pumping up the flavor because that tomato sauce that the rice is gonna cook in, we're gonna power it up by charring or roasting the ingredients. So I have a pound of ripe Roma tomatoes, and then I have 2 garlic cloves, and then I'm just cutting a quarter of an onion, and I am removing the peel, and I'm gonna put them under the broiler for about 7 to 8 minutes. I love making these Mexican wedding rice in a wok-style pan because we're going to start cooking a lot of things in here. First off, I have a half a cup of raisins, and we're gonna soak them in a half a cup of freshly squeezed orange juice. And I love the smell already. So as these soak, these needs like 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to start my other ingredients. You can go directly from roasting in the pan to the blender with most ingredients. You can see how you can see how juicy the tomatoes are. This is what charring or roasting does to ingredients. It just pushes them to the extreme. The flavors will become much more intense. So I'm adding the tomatoes in here with the skin, the core, the seeds, everything. We want the flavor of everything in here. I want all of these juices in here. And I want to peel the garlic cloves. So as soon as you can handle the garlic cloves and they've cooled a little, just remove the charred roasted skin and you get the super softened garlic cloves. It's a wedding rice, so there's a lot going on in it, but we're just gonna throw it all in there. It comes together so fast. Just make sure I have all of the sauce here, ready to go. Once you get your pan going, you're gonna start throwing things in there, so you have to have all your things ready. And I have these set over medium to medium-high heat. So first of all, I'm gonna cut the bacon into just bite-sized pieces. I have about 6 ounces. Note that I'm not adding any oil into the pan. As the bacon cooks, I want to separate the pieces so they all get the opportunity to brown and render their fat. And as the bacon cooks, I'm going to cut my chorizo. To eat the Mexican style chorizo, typically you remove the casing. Mexican chorizo is raw. You have to cook it. And you can see I'm starting to get the rendered fat in the bottom of the pan. And I'm gonna scrape the brown bits of bacon into this bowl. Use a slotted spoon so you can leave the fat out. And now we're gonna cook the chorizo in that bacon fat. Chorizo fried in bacon, yum. The chorizo tends to clump together as it starts browning. We're gonna help it break apart and flake and crisp and crumble. And now I'm using the slotted spoon. Take the chorizo and see, leave the fat right here. I'm gonna reduce the heat to medium. And now I'm gonna do 2 cups of long grain rice. We want the rice to toast and start to transform in the fat. So we want every grain of rice in here to be coated in that fat. This is a Mexican technique where we do this to the rice so that when you add the cooking broth, the rice grains separate beautifully and become kind of independent, but within the community of rice. And then I'm gonna add a teaspoon of cumin seeds straight from Nuevo León. You don't like to bite into the big cumin seeds, but I don't want it ground. So adding the cumin seeds right in here. And this needs to cook for just a few seconds. And now I'm gonna add my roasted tomato, onion, and garlic puree. It's gonna be super fast because now what's happening is the grains of rice are independently soaking up all that tomato puree. So these should be almost dry. Now, the ratio for rice to liquid is 2 times liquid to rice. Tomato puree, then I have 2.5 cups of chicken broth, and I also have the 1/2 cup of the orange juice. So all in all, I have over 4 cups liquid. See, the tomato puree is getting a little pasty on the sides. So adding the chicken broth. I'm going to add my raisins that soaked in the orange juice plus the orange juice. I have a cup of diced carrots. So I'm adding a cup of fresh peas, but you can use thawed from frozen. So now I'm adding a cup of fresh corn kernels, but again, you can use thawed from frozen. I'm also adding peeled slivered almonds. You can buy them like these at the store. I love the combination of raisins with almonds. I'm adding a teaspoon of salt. And I'm adding about 1/2 teaspoon of freshly ground pepper. I'm gonna give it a good stir. You wanna wait until this is really, really bubbling. You do not wanna put the lid before you see the bubbles or your rice won't cook as pretty. Now I'm gonna reduce the heat to the lowest possible heat. And this is gonna cook for about 15 minutes. You know the rice is ready when the liquid has been completely absorbed. And at the end, I'm gonna add the bacon and the chorizo and mix it all up. But now I'm gonna clean up and make the craziest guacamole. This is really a guacamole like nothing you've eaten before. So I'm peeling my ginger and I wanna get a generous tablespoon, but I wanna really finely chop it. And I'm gonna continue mashing it in here in the molcajete. And then I'm adding a very generous tablespoon of honey too. Doing lime. I'm gonna squeeze right into the molcajete. 2 very generous tablespoons of lime juice. And then I have the piquin chiles that I am so in love with from Nuevo León. So I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons. I love that crunch because then you can get the charming little pieces. And then I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt. So now I'm gonna mash away and I wanna just make it all come together. Now that it's all mixed, I'm gonna cut my avocados to make it easier to mash. I like to cut the avocado right in the skin. Just make like little squares. Go all the way to the bottom. So dice and then with a fork and mash before it goes into the molcajete. You're just making your job really easy by the time you get to mash these. So now we're gonna mash it all together. And the last thing I need is to add my pistachios. And now that I'm chopping, I'm gonna chop some chives too. I'm gonna chop a little more of the piquin chiles because I'm gonna add some at the top too. So I'm adding pistaches here to mix them with the guac. Okay, so it's all mixed now. And now I'm gonna just garnish. So I know you may be a little skeptical, but I really want you to try these. I mean, it's so ridiculous because
It has the super creamy, smooth avocado. It has the citrusy punch of the piquin chiles, and then you get that peppery bite of the ginger and the crunch of the pistachios, a little bit of that lime juice, and the honey just makes everything shine. We have the guacamole and the rice that is ready. You know that the rice is ready when the liquid has been completely absorbed, and you can see how the vegetables floated to the top. So you can see the peas, the carrots, the corn. It's all gonna be so deliciously crunchy. And I see the almonds on the side. And then if you go to the bottom, all of the liquid was absorbed. So now I'm going to add my chorizo and bacon. If you wanted to make it without the meat, because you wanted to make it vegetarian, you can. And because it has the cumin and the rich roasted tomato sauce, it's hearty and filling and delicious too. So now I'm mixing so that all of the rice has some of the bacon and the chorizo and the raisins, and it's kind of a crazy paella of sorts. Because it is a wedding rice, I'm using my wedding plates. So these are the plates that my husband and I got when we got married. All of his aunts got together to give us this set, and we've lugged it from Mexico to Dallas, now to Washington. And I was gonna garnish it with a little bit of chives, but honestly, I just wanna eat it. Everything's crunching. The almonds crunch, the peas, the carrots, the corn. I feel like a lot of people have tried the traditional Mexican red rice or arroz rojo. And this is like taking that kind of rice with that tomato with flavor, but making it full for a celebration. It's really a feast.
It's truly extraordinary to see these 4 chefs come together at one table to represent the full range of Nuevo León gastronomy.
The women were ready, our food is finished, we're sitting at the table. The guys are like, oh, their food isn't ready, the tortillas aren't warm.
These guys.
But underneath their deeply competitive nature, these chefs have another side.
You all know each other, you've all...
No. We are friends. We're all here friends.
Yeah.
In this place, in Monterrey, basically all the cooks, we're all friends. Yes. I'm not kidding. We all know each other.
Something very different here in Monterrey.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody supports each other.
Yes, we're supporting because we are very, very small parts in a desert. So we need to stick together in order to become something and to transmit what we really believe. Cocina Norestense is something that really touches in our hearts, and we want to share it with the whole world.
Sí, qué gusto.
We have a common goal. We're all rooting for each other.
Okay, let's eat everything.
Ok, el arroz de boda tapado.
Sí.
Destápelo.
Vamos a destaparlo.
Wow.
Mira, primero le ponemos esta salsita aquí.
Ok.
Le vamos a poner esto aquí así.
Ok.
Esto es tuyo, ¿sí?
Bueno, buen provecho. Y como dice...
Ahí va.
I've been to a lot of carne asadas, but with these friends, these mountains, and this crazy uncle,
I have magic in myself, lady.
this is one that I won't soon forget.
We really want to welcome you to Monterrey, Northeast Mexico. This is your house.
No, pero muchas gracias.
Excellent.